Hey everyone, so this is a vlog that's kind of long overdue. I had this idea just kind of flowing in my head for a few weeks now, and I was just kind of waiting for the right time to talk about it, and just trying to get in the mood to talk about the subject. So, what I want to discuss today is just the sheer amount of negativity going on in specifically, the gaming industry right now. And it's not just, the business side of it, but also the gamers too. Or it's just everyone's mindset is just really negative now. Everyone has these super low expectations. Everyone's talking about these games that are coming out that are going to be absolute crap. And no one really is excited for anything. Like, there's no excitement building up. And it's so exhausting at times because it's like this big heavy thing you're trying to lift, and you're like, well, I want to, it's like I want to stay happy, right? You want to stand straight up and just move on, but you can't because everything's just collapsing and pushing down upon you. And it's just people don't understand this, but negativity spreads. All right, it's like a disease. When you're negative, and you be negative to other people, that negativity is going to spread on because now you just made the other person negative. Now you instilled negative thoughts within them, and now your problems are now being placed on someone else here, and it's just it's very irresponsible, to sort of do that. If you're gonna be negative, you have every right to be negative, but just kind of do it on your own. Why does it have to be someone else's problem? Why do you have to show everyone that, hey, I'm not having a good day today, so let me treat everyone like crap. And everyone's a victim of this, and everyone does this. It's not negativity is something that you can't escape from. It's always going to find some way to creep into your life one way or another. But the interesting thing is that when it does creep into your life, you're supposed to analyze it, figure out what the problem is, and then just push it out, move on. And it's so hard. It is so hard to stay happy and excited, and it's just so easy to feel sad, especially with all the stuff that's going on around us, with the economy and, not just in the US, but just in the world itself. There's just a lot of negative stuff going on. So there are times like these where we have to find a way to find positivity in other things. And, I love gaming. I love playing games of all different sorts, whether it be indie or MMOs or just like a shooter, for instance. I just love playing games. I love experiencing another developer's ideas, and I love being told stories with great emotional and character depth, and it's just I love that about gaming. I just love being lost in these worlds, and it's a great escape from just everything that's going on around us. And it's just sometimes you can't help but think, and the internet is made this completely easy. The internet is just now you can complain and stuff, just on the internet, and just go crazy. You don't even have to do anything. You can stay at your home, literally go all alone, go on Facebook or Twitter, or just write stupid, sarcastic comments and negativity. And people take these little problems that aren't really that massive, and then they expand them to this huge thing. They just blow them way out of proportion, and then they get people to back them, and it just becomes way worse. So I just want to talk about it because I'm so tired of it. I read something a couple months ago, probably. I don't know, I forgot what it was from, but there was a line in there. It was some article, and the author wrote, "The modern age, responsible gamer today, the mature gamer, doesn't like to be called a gamer because of the negativity and just the stereotypical influences that the gamer holds in today's society." I mean, when people think of gamers, they think of little kids, whiny bitches on Call of Duty, and you guys cuss, and people cuss at the TV, and it's just that's what they think. There's no positive really thing about being a gamer. It's just this negative negative connotation it holds. And the problem with our society is that we like to label everything. We like to place everything in a category. Um, There's, and you see it done throughout history. It's nothing new, but I mean, gamers are people who will never get anywhere in life. They live in their mom's basement, and that's just them. And I have people in my family that joke about this as well. When I tell them, like some of my friends here, they actually have like families, and they're actually, some of them are married, and I just when I talk it when I discuss them, they like shake their heads, and I don't I think to a certain degree they don't fully they can't fully grasp that image because it's like fairly new. The thing about gaming is it's been around for a while, yes, but it's only in the last 10 years or so, 10, 15 years, where it really started to pick up and started to merge the level of cinematography from films with experiences that really rival and even, uh, what do you call that? Surpass, yes, and even surpass anything else in the entertainment industry. I just wrote an 8-page paper on I'm taking a theater course during summer school here, and next week is my last week. So I have this paper due tomorrow. It's an 8-page paper, and I had to. My initial topic was to compare and contrast film and theater, and I sent my teacher this long email, right, which he thought was quite funny because it was very professionally done. I'm just a very kind of funny type of formal person. My whole personality, I'm very formal, so I sent him this long email, and I basically said, hey, I want to change my title to um, the analyzation of like the entertainment industry. That's not the actual title, but I was basically taking theater and I was talking about the influences it has throughout our entertainment industry. And I did a full-on analysis of with novels, how theater and novels have influenced each other and their relationship. Film, of course, is the most uh, there's just a lot of theater influence in film. And then I also want to talk about video games because it's such a I mean, it's such a rising, it's growing bigger than and faster than anything else that's out there right now. I mean, video game sales took over movies in 2001. So it's been over a decade since video games have been selling more than movies and making more, and they're actually costing more as well. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, what was that, a $250 million budget game? And even Destiny, which is supposed to be, they there's a rumor saying it was 500 million, but it's not 500 million. Bungie said, but whatever. There's hundreds of millions of dollars being poured into these game experiences, and the film. It's very scary for the film industry, and I love films too. But the thing about films is that it's the same experience every time. And this is what people can't understand too, is when people think of video games, they just think of you're doing the same repetitive thing over and over again. When one of my family members walks in, they don't know anything about it, and they just see me killing people, they think that's all there is to it. Oh, you're just shooting people. No, I'm playing a multiplayer. I'll play a multiplayer game, but no, I'm actually a part of the story experience. You're a part of the narrative, and that's what's so great about games is that you're a part of this narrative. But again, it's they only focus on the stereotypical stuff, and it's just it's unfortunate. I I'm not the most positive person. In fact, my whole personality, my whole kind of outlook is quite negative, but I'm careful and I don't let it expand onto everyone else. I'm very good at hiding my emotions, right? I can tell you that I'm sad, but I'll just be acting like this. I'm fine, right? You don't detect any sort of problems or anything with my personality. I'm very much able to hide it well and act, as you will. I'm a great actor in a sense that I can make everything seem fine and completely change my personality in a second. And there's some funny skits I've done on YouTube where I don't consider myself funny. That's the thing. I don't think I'm a funny person. People tell me otherwise, but I have a very serious personality and outlook on everything, right? I do take things more serious than I should, and I do react to things in a sense that maybe a little inappropriate at times. I'm not one to really jerk around and just fool off in front of people. I very much keep to myself, and I don't really hang out with anyone different than what I do right now. I only have like 3 people I really hang out with. I have the ability to hang out with so much more. I can be out every night if I really wanted to, but I don't like to associate myself with those people because of the things that they like to do, and just because I don't want to be a part of the activities that they take part in. So going back to this whole negativity, it's annoying because you'll see people talking and it's like, oh, I'm not excited for anything else that's happening in this year. Oh, it's like you ask them, oh, what are you looking forward to? I don't know. There's nothing really coming out. This generation's boring, and it's just I sit here shaking my head. I'm like, I'm gonna count how many games I have right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 retail games, and probably add an additional 7 or 8 for digital, release like indie titles and such. And, I have these games, and, I play all of them, and I've had fun in all of them, and I have a lot of games here on PC. Sometimes I'll go back and replay. But it's like I have 15 games, and you'll see people saying, oh, there's nothing out. Really? Because, there is stuff that's coming out. It's just the fact they're not interested in it. And if they're not interested in the stuff that's coming out, they think that the generation's bad, right? It's just it's an awful generation. It's like if I bought a Wii U and I said, well, the Wii U sucks, and I don't buy like any of the games that come out for it because they don't interest me. Well, does the console suck, or is it just that I'm not interested in the content that's coming out for it? Is the reason why I say it sucks. It's just, it's that sort of mentality. I like playing games, and I have fun all the time playing games, and that's basically what I do all day. I'll come home, I'll watch YouTube, I'll play games, and then that's it. I don't watch TV. Really, I don't watch TV. The only show I'm watching right now is 24, which is going to be ending next week. So, I don't really watch TV because of all the crap that's on. It's either these really popular TV shows that have already been running for years now, or it's reality TV, and that's like it. It's like I'm not interested in either of that stuff. Reality TV is all drama, and we already live in the world where we're surrounded in it, we're engulfed in it. And with our friends, with our family, it's like, why would I want more of that? It's just more negativity pouring into other people's minds. So gaming is a great escape to that. It's a great escape to, okay, I want to get lost in these worlds. I want to be told a really emotional character, in-depth character driven story. And that's just really what I look for in games. It's not the fact that, oh, you kill so many people in them. I'm just playing, right? You're not the character when you play games. You're just a person experiencing it from another character's perspective. But you're not the character. That character has their own history. Those characters have their own beliefs. They have their own life that was pre-written. You're not the character. You just experience what the character is experiencing. The problem when you have that relationship where, oh, I am the character, your beliefs and your ideals get set into that character as well. And I didn't really fully realize this until I read an article about this guy who was playing Bioshock Infinite, and this guy was like super religious, right? This gamer. And he said, I couldn't play Bioshock Infinite because at the beginning of the game it requires you to take a baptism that was against my beliefs. And so I couldn't play it. Because he told himself, hey, I am this character, this is me in the game. And you're not him. You're not him. I realized that after reading that article, and it changed my perspective. And yes, it's a disconnect in a sense from the character, but I don't have a problem playing really anything because of it. I can play anything I want, and I don't have to feel bad about the things I'm doing. Sure, there's some gruesome stuff, but I don't sit there and say, oh, I killed that guy because I shot him in the face. I told the character to shoot him in the face. He shot him in the face, There's a meme. My friend sent me a meme, right? It had a picture of that surgery game. I forgot what it's called. Like whatever, you guys, that really popular surgeon game where you play as a surgeon. You can, you're supposed to do surgery on people. And in the meme, it said, "This doesn't make me a surgeon." You scroll down and there's a picture of Grand Theft Auto 4, and it says, "So why would this make me a murderer?" It's the same thing. People like to focus on the negative aspects and stuff. People think Grand Theft Auto is the worst thing that ever existed in terms of video games. Half of the bad stuff you hear people talking about is optional. You don't have to kill hookers and you don't have to have sex with hookers and kill them and take their money. You want to if you can, but you can do that in real life if you want to. If you're really that screwed up, what's stopping you? It's like, what, the encouragement, really? But again, you're not really doing it. You're just seeing someone else do it. And if this happened in a movie, no one would ever talk about it. But that's a different topic that I'm getting way too in-depth in. So the bottom line is this. I just really would like the negativity just to stop. I post a lot of Twitter news constantly. I just relay information to my followers, and I like keeping people in the know. Yes, you can look it up on your own, but people like to have it all in one place. People are lazy. People are lazy. I'm lazy, all right? But I'm really interested in what's going on in the gaming industry. So, I post gaming news on Twitter for my followers, and that's like the main purpose of Twitter for me, aside from, of course, letting you guys know what's going on with YouTube, and maybe a little bit of personal stuff as well. But I get replies constantly. Some of them are positive, some of them are just people's opinions, and then there's others that are just negative for no apparent reason at all, and it's like, why? If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it all. Don't say it at all. Negativity is so, it's like a disease. You just spread everywhere, and people don't realize that when you're an asshole to someone, that ruins their day too. And then that basically your problems are being put on someone else. And why? That's such an irresponsible thing of you to do. If I'm having a bad day and I tell someone to fuck off for no apparent reason, I mean, that's so irresponsible for me as a human being, as a member of this society, to actually say to someone, to actually put my problems onto someone else. You always see people. You'll see people constantly. It's not like, I'm not gonna say it hasn't been done to me before. It's been done once or twice. People flip you off for no apparent reason. And actually, there was this one time I was at a turn lane, a left-hand turn lane, right? I didn't know where it was going. I was kind of looking around for something, and I'm in this left-hand turn lane. I decide, okay, this is not the right way. I get over to the right, into the straight, to go straighter. Straight ahead, and the guy behind me, as I looked back, and I'm thinking to myself, shit, I'm sorry. I was kind of like apologizing to myself, really. And I saw the guy behind me. He's like, as he like drives, as he makes his left turn. I know it kind of made me smile, because, and I always say this, whenever someone treats you like crap, you can find happiness in that, knowing that person's having a worse day than you. Right? Just say, oh, that person's having a worse day than me, and that's fine. Everyone has those bad days. It's just a part of life. Mistakes, you are meant to make this whole thing that we're in right now, this life, we're meant to make mistakes. Someone's at my door. I don't want to talk to them. All right, apologies, guys. Sorry, someone is at the door, and I lost my train of thought as well. What I was saying is that, the life that we're in right now, whether you want to believe this is it, or, it's religion has no place on this me discussing. Hey guys, sorry, someone's at my door. So back to what I was saying. I believe that this life that we're in right now, it's a test, right? It's this whole thing. Life itself is a test. Testing your ability to make, how often you make mistakes, your ability to learn from those mistakes, how hard you're willing to work to get something that you want. It's all life itself is like a trial and error, so to speak. And you have to realize that everything can't be perfect the way you want. and there's going to be times where you blow things out of proportion because maybe something else is bothering you, and there's just going to be other stuff that's that's going to be going on. So I mean, life just, I mean, it blows sometimes. It really does. But I mean, when good stuff happens, it like doesn't get any better than that. I spent a lot of my time, and I still spend a lot of my time into making sure I keep the relationships that I have with people, especially the ones with my best friends and stuff. I spend a lot of time into my relationship with those guys because that matters to me, and because I don't want to see it deteriorate. I want to only see it get better. And yes, I have a very my personality. I overthink a lot. I do, right? I cause a lot of stress, more stress than I should, on other people, just because of my sheer personality of always thinking of the worst case possible. And I try to catch it and detect it when it happens, so I can just sort of move away from it and think of something else, or just realistically say, you can't ever be sure something is happening. You have to always weigh in your options. If someone's mad, if someone's just angry, and you think, well, what if they're angry at me? You don't know that. You don't know if they're angry at you. You don't know if someone's pissed. Maybe it might be something else. So it's always better to attempt to talk about it. Honesty is an important thing for me in my friendships and just my relationships. You cannot have a long-lasting relationship if you do not trust that person. And it's not just with marriage or whatever. It's friendships as well. You need to be able to trust each other in order to if in order to make the relationship last as long as you can. If you don't trust one another, then how are you guys ever supposed to get anywhere? How are you ever supposed to go anywhere? Trust is such a viable thing, and I knew that straight away when I kind of restructured my life during the end of middle school and high school, and I was restructuring my life, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't like the people that I'm with, that I'm friends with right now. And I got rid of those people, and I got new people that I wanted to spend my time with. And still, I'm still restructuring, I guess you can say. There's still people that you want to separate yourself with, especially as time goes on. You start to, see all the stupid shit they do. I mean, there's a lot that's I mean, there's just that separation that you have to create. So I mean, it's just that, and I don't regret a single thing. I'm a better person because of it. I have better friends because of it, and life in itself is just better for me because of it. And you have to learn that, if you dedicate to something and you put all your time and effort into it, something good, you have to think something good is going to come out of it, or else it's not going to happen. If you love someone and you want to be with that person, you have to never give up on them. It doesn't matter if they pay you no attention, or if they just maybe they're friend zoning you. I guess you got to do everything that you can, and it's gonna be exhausting. It's gonna be annoying at times. You're gonna be angry at times, but the end result of what could possibly happen because because of all the effort that you're putting in, I mean, just taking that chance, even though it's a possibility, is just infinitely better, and you can find motivation in that, to do it yourself. It's the same thing with work too. You want to be successful at something. I mean, find motivation to do it. Think of positive things. And envision yourself with a brand new car. Envision yourself feeling the car, like just envision yourself sitting in it, looking around the interior, driving with that. That is the car that is the car that you want, and there you are, right? You have it. It's in your garage. You're sitting in it. You're driving in it. You have to envision those things. Don't be afraid to sit there and close your eyes and be like, just envision it. Envision it. Once you envision it, once you imagine how it feels, take that and try to transform it into reality. You know, I want a new phone. I do, because this is an old phone, the Galaxy S3, and I want a new phone. And sure, I do my research before, and I look around, and I envision myself holding the phone that I want, right? The phone that I want, and it feels freaking good. It feels nice. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to envision. You know, envisioning is so important. You're excited to play a game. Envision how it would be, like what the experience would be like playing that game. Envision what it would be like to own your own place. Envision what it would be like to get all A's and B's in school. You know, and just make something out of that. It's not about can you do it. Of course you can. You place your limits are only as far as you let them become. So if you think that you can only do that, that's all you're going to be able to do. I mean, but we're capable of infinite possibilities. Nothing is impossible. The human mind can create anything. It can create. It's so amazing. All the information that can be stored in there. And sure, what do we use? Like 20% of our brain only is like the average person uses 20% of our your brain, and that's what the human race the human race does. They just use 20% of their brain. I mean, think of what you could do when you transform that into 100%. I mean, if you could think and you could envision stuff now with only 20% of the use, I mean, it's crazy. There's been tons of films. I just watched Limitless, or rewatched Limitless. I bought it on Blu-ray, and that's just such a great film. I'm excited for Lucy that's coming out. That also has to deal with the whole, the brain function and stuff, and using 100% of your brain. And it's just make something positive out of these bad situations. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself when you play games. Don't limit yourself when just when at your work. Don't say I'm just too tired. I don't know if I can get these files over to my boss. I don't know if I could call this client and follow up and make an appointment. I'm just too tired. No, deal with it. It's like working out. I'm just too lazy. Yeah, but once you go do it, once you get up and do it, it feels great. I stopped running for a year, and I gained 20 pounds. It doesn't really show, but I gained 20 pounds. And, there was just one random day where I said, you know what, I'm going to run. And my mind's like, no, 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 you're too tired, you're too tired. I was like a robot. I just put my shoes on, put shorts on, put a shirt on. I just went running. And now I've been running for a good solid 3 months now. I've gotten back into running now, and I'm keeping on schedule with it. So you guys can accomplish anything. You can do it. You can do anything you want. You can be anything you want. That's just the great thing about life, is that there's so much to do. And no, you're not expected to know. You're not expected to know exactly what you're supposed to do. I don't know exactly what I want to do, and I'm 20 years old. And that's scary, because in college you're supposed to be going for a degree, and I'm like, time's running out, and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Yes Man is a great film. It's a comedy, yes, but it has such an important moral behind it. Is you saw him saying just yes to everything. He was just saying yes to all these opportunities, and look how much it changed his life. And sometimes you just gotta do that. Sometimes you just gotta say yes, 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 and just take up on all the opportunities that you can. And every single time he said yes, it benefited him or another person. He saved someone's life, by learning how to play the guitar. He was able to make someone's day better by learning. I think it was Korean, some Asian language, and he was able to talk to his store clerk who was just having a really bad day. Everything he did had a purpose. He decided to go to a band one night, and he met the love of his life. And it's such a yes, it's a comedy. It's really funny, but it has such an important moral behind it, and I love that film because of that. The good comedies, they always have some sort of moral behind it, and that's one of my favorite Jim Carrey films. That's out there. It's just a fantastic film. So that's it, guys. You guys get the gist of it. Just stay positive. You know, if you're not interested in playing Sniper Elite, no, because I mean, not because of the reviews, but like take a look at everything that's out. Go to GameStop and just look around. Take a chance. You know, take a real chance. I took a chance with many other games. You know, I took a chance with Skyrim. I did not even plan on playing Skyrim at all. I took a chance on it. Turned out to be my favorite game that year. So take a chance. You know, I understand. Maybe you're not interested in maybe you don't like sniping. Maybe you don't like stealth games or whatever. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Just branch out, and not just in gaming, but in life in general. So just analyze the opportunities that you have, and just make something great out of it. All right. I have to go, guys. I'm gonna catch you later. Stay positive. Don't affect anyone else's life because of the bad stuff that's happening to you. You know, just try to really sit down. Just think. I'm not gonna leave you guys with an objective to do, but it's just learn to not judge everything for what it is. All right. When you wake up tomorrow, say to yourself, I am not going to judge anything, and that is actually a very important. One step before we go, that is actually a very important lesson. My mom gave me this book by Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It's a great book. I haven't read it all yet, but it's just the little stuff, and it's how you can transform your life into, you know, into something positive, and it's just all the extra stuff you can learn. It teaches you how to block out all the negative stuff, you know. And I only read through the first chapter because I wanted to complete stuff as I read through it. But it said one of the first things it said is when you wake up tomorrow, don't judge a single thing. Just let stuff happen. So take that how you will. I'm gonna go, guys. I have to go visit a friend in the hospital. Playing with fire. This is why I don't hang out with these people, by the way. My friend was playing with fireworks on 4th of July. Firework blew up in his hand. He lost 1, 2, 3. 3 of the tips of his fingers right here. Completely like blown off, obliterated. So I'm gonna go visit him in the hospital. He's not even expecting me, but I wasn't even gonna go, to be honest, but I'm just gonna go. And I don't hang out with him really. It's important to know that I do care to some degree. So, all right, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Be positive and just be happy for everything that's going on, you know? All right.